Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today what we're going to do is we're going to create this nice background parallaxing effect. So we have the foreground moving at a certain speed and different layers moving at different speeds there, the clouds even in the background. We'll jump straight into it and I'll show you how to get it done. So first thing we're going to do when we come in is start with just a 2D scene. Let's rename that to world. Now from here, let's add a child node. Let's go parallax. Background layer is the first thing that we want. Fantastic. Now from here, what we're going to need to do is add a parallax layer and then add on a sprite 2D. Each parallax layer will have its own properties, and this will show a sprite 2D on that layer. I've gone ahead and made some 1080p backgrounds myself. So I'll put in our first background here. We can see that this blue outline shows our window size. I need to make that match my native project resolution that I've decided. So let's go ahead and do that. So 1920 by 1080. Also just go full screen so I can showcase this better. Let's close that. And now, if we have a look into here, see that blue line, I'm not sure if you can see it, but that blue line is just updated there. But we notice that this background is still not quite in the right spot. So let's just take this off center. And then that'll fit the screen. To achieve the mirroring effect, what we want to do is go into the parallax layer, and here's a mirroring. So I know that my screen size and this pixel size is 1920. Fantastic. So you can hover over to see exactly what this does, but essentially I've set the screen size so every time it'll infinitely scroll seamlessly. Now that I've done this. If you also have a top-down game or like you're in space or something like that, you can also set this one here as well, and that'll mirror it. So you had a flat background. My project isn't that, so we'll remove that. All right, so now we've got our first foreground mirroring with our background that's off-center. I'm going to go ahead and add in additional layers. So if we just Control C and then Control V, I've gone ahead and made 7 layers because I have 7 images here. I'm going to quickly drag these in. You notice they are in reverse order. So because these draw in a specific order, I have to fix this too. Okay, now we can see our background. Looks pretty good. We need to also see how this looks. So let's add in a player camera. And just for debugging, let's add in a script. Now I'm just going to make it move when I quickly pop in. So go to project settings, inputs. I'm just going to add a left and a right action with A and D for our inputs. That's our inputs there that we set. Now I can check in a function for physics process. This goes every tick. Now if input is action pressed left global position plus equals a vector 2. It's going to be left, so we can make this negative as well. So need to add in those ones there. Fantastic. We'll also add the right one, so let's copy that. Because this is right, we also need to make this positive. Let's hit save on that one. Let's save the world scene and also set it as our default scene. So set it as main scene. Excellent. So now if we hit play. Oh, there's a couple of things not quite right here. Well, first of all, we're not on center of the image. And second of all, the backgrounds are all moving in the same speed. So we can change that now. Let's fix both those things. So first we'll get the camera. And we'll set its transform. Its Y is going to be 1080, which is our screen size divided by 2. And now let's set it to 540. So you can put in the calculations into these values and it'll calculate it for you. I'm going to show you that there. So now we're on center. Fantastic. And now for the foreground, I want it to move at normal camera speed. So I'm going to leave the scale as 1. So this scale is it multiplies how fast this background moves with regular motion. So, for example, I want second layer to go 0.6 the speed, and then a layer behind that, we go 0.5, behind that, 0.4, 0.3. We got clouds, so I want this to be a little bit slower. So 0.1 and we'll go 0.05 for these last two. Okay. Now if I hit play. All right, now we can see that our backgrounds are layered and moving different speeds. So we can see that the foreground's moving quite fast, and then you can see like even the background here, if I leave my mouse on the end of that cloud is moving very slowly. These different layered backgrounds create a really cool, simple, but very visually appealing effect I really like. I personally really like to use this for backgrounds of main menus. If I'm doing a game jam or something, it just makes a very, very appealing, simple, pretty effect. Alright, thanks for watching guys. If this was useful for you, please hit a like and subscribe. There'll be more Godot tips and tutorials coming your way very soon, and I'll catch you guys next time.